ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shits, They're reutilizing the Grim Reaper body mold. The reuse of the Grim Reaper body mold. Again, Grim Reaper body mold. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends figure review on the Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man from the Space Knight Venom Build-A-Figure wave. If you're trying to pick this up, you will be able to get it. Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below. And I gotta give a big thanks to X-Many87 for making sure I got a hold of this wave. I really appreciate it, man. If you're not following him on Instagram, go ahead and check the links below, especially if you've been waiting for me to review these figures. Follow him on the IG. Anyway, this figure looks very cool, much better than the other version that we'd gotten from Hasbro. On this side, you can see the Peter Parker Ultimate Spider-Man, and then on the back, you can see both Ultimate Spider-Mans. There's a read-up over there in multiple languages. If you want to read it, pause it now. There's all the other figures of the wave, including the Build-A-Figure, and then on this side, we get the Miles. And then on the top, you get a spider logo. All right, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man out of the packaging, and I like this figure. We're getting a brand new body mold right over here, and I really like it. It does not have the butterfly joints that we'd gotten on the Pizza Spider-Man, so that's a little disappointing, but I still find the figure to be very poseable. Now, as far as Miles Morales goes, at first I wasn't too fond of the idea of the character, but he has really grown on me. I like that he has his own power set. I like that he's part of the 616 now, and Peter Parker's kind of taking him under his wing a little bit, and he's part of the Avengers, so I really like the character now that I feel like he's growing up a little bit more. But anyway, this figure comes with a lot of accessories, so let's take a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at Miles. Now, I love that we get 6 interchangeable hands. You get the fisted hands, you get the thwipping hands, and you get wall-crawling hands. And as I'd mentioned, the paint apps are shoddy on this figure, just all the way through. I mean, even on the hands over here, you can see we get some extra red paint right there. So that bothers me, but the deco did come out pretty clean on the stripes right there, you know, on those lines around his fingers. You know, not all of them have a splotch on them or anything like that. It's not like it's absolutely terrible. This one has one. This one seems to be okay. And this one looks alright. Now I'm missing a little bit right over there. Now these pegs that plug into his wrist are very long, man. Like you can see right over here as I port this one in. That like really goes in there. So, and it's pretty stiff too. So yeah, there you go. So while it does take a little bit of might, it still works. One thing I want to say I like about this character is that he'd gotten his spider powers through his evil uncle, the Ultimate Prowler. I thought that was pretty neat. And then he didn't actually become Ultimate Spider-Man until the Peter Parker Ultimate Spider-Man had passed away. So he didn't really, you know, just take in his powers and just go with it at first. He was really hesitant about it. But anyway, talking about this head sculpt over here, it looks really good. I really like the head sculpt. But again, the paint gets just a little bit splotchy on the head. It's not the worst part of the figure or anything. But you can see some of the black right over there. Some of the edges look a little hazy. Right over here it looks a little bit weird. And we don't get that pearlescent white that we had seen on the first version of the Ultimate Spider-Man, or Miles Morales Spider-Man, and I'll show that off in a little bit. And he does come with 2 heads, which is great, so you can take that one off, and you can just easily pop on the Miles head right over here. And this didn't really come out as clean as I had hoped. The left eye just looks a little bit weird. It just looks strange. And I don't know about the head sculpt too. I feel like this doesn't really look like a half black, half Puerto Rican kid. I don't know. He's supposed to be half Puerto Rican, I believe. And it just looks like a white guy with, you know, with really dark skin and, you know, and curly hair. So, you know, that's, I think they could, it's the nose, man. That's not either a Puerto Rican or an African American nose. It's neither. And he's supposed to be half of both. So, I don't know. It's not terrible, but I can't say I really like it. It's the paint apps that really throw me off more than anything. You can see that they missed the mark right over there. So, you know, I'm not a huge fan of this head sculpt, but I'm glad that they did include it. You know, it's better than nothing, but they could have done better, I think. And looking at the paint right over here, yeah, we get a lot of little red splotches and stuff, so that bums me out a bit. Not so bad on this side. Then that's really all the paint that we get on the figure, you know? It's just this part right over here. And on the back as well. You can attach some backpacks. I tried the Amazing Spider-Man Hasbro figure, and I also tried the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Mafex figure backpack, and I think the Mafex one just looks a lot better. But going back to this right here, I really like the muscle definition that we get on the torso. I think that came out looking really good. I think they did a good job with that. I feel like the legs could have used a little bit more hard lines in the sculpt. I don't know, it just looks like a big flat piece of plastic right there and right there, you know, so I feel like they could have given us a little bit more. Then, yeah, same thing with the calves over here. Feet look alright, you know, not a whole lot to complain about, and he does have peg holes. And just looking at the back of the figure, you can see the fabric stretched across his butt cheeks. Now, I really like the articulation a lot on this figure. It looks up very far. That is cool as hell. I love that. Wow, that is awesome. His head moves down very far as well. You also get side-to-side movement at the head, and not much head pivot at all. Now, while everyone's getting their boxers in a knot about the lack of the butterfly joints over here, let me show you something really quick. Okay, the shoulders can move outward that much, and they can move forward, but they can also move in quite a bit. Look how far in that can move. Now I have my Pizza Spidey right over here, and then I have him doing the same gesture, arm lifted all the way up and moved all the way in. And look at that, they're moving in at about the same amount. So what they're able to do is just curve this in, I guess, in a way where it just made it very easy to get the arm moving in there. So while it does not have the butterfly joint, the shoulder joints work out very well. He has a bicep swivel, he has double jointed elbows, wrist moves side to side, hinge up and down. Great ab crunch joint, moves all the way forward and it moves all the way back. And you can see that they painted it all the way through right over there. We'll say I do see a little bit of a color variation between these two reds though. It does look a little bit lighter down here than it does up there. So I wish they could have added a little bit more paint. He has a waist swivel. He has hip joints that move all the way outward, which is awesome. A lot more outward than the Pizza Spidey. I mean, that's great, man. So it looks like they've really worked on that issue from before. I'm happy to see that. The legs kick all the way forward, really high. Don't move back so much. He has an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. Calf rotates side to side. Ankle moves down, up, and he has ankle pivot. Now to measure out this figure, you can see that Miles is standing just under 6 inches tall. And then for your Miles Ultimate Spider-Man comparison, here's Hasbro's Amazing Spider-Man Movie Wave Ultimate Spidey, and wow, what a huge difference between these two. What was going on, Hasbro? Man, even looking at the feet right over there, look how tiny his feet look, and these guys stand at about the same height. Actually, he's a little bit taller, and he's got these tiny little feet. The shoulders look all weird. I mean, the butterfly joint over here, look at that. As you turn that in, that does not turn in nearly as much as this one does all the way over here. Look at that, see? And the bicep is just still facing up the same way. Then here's the Miles Ultimate Spidey compared to the Pizza Spider-Man from Marvel Legends, and I like the height difference, right? Teenager, adult, makes sense. Then to compare this Ultimate Spider-Man to some other Ultimate characters, we have Ultimate Green Goblin and Ultimate Spider-Woman. I do feel like he's a little on the short side compared to Spider-Woman, but they're more or less the same height. And then here's Miles next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey, hermano. Hola, hermano. Hey, nice looking suit, but can yours do this? Oh! I didn't see that coming. Ah! Oh! And one thing I just learned about doing the stop motion is that it's a lot more difficult to get this guy standing on one foot than I thought it would be, or than I think it should be. It's a lot easier to get many other figures standing on one foot, but for this guy it's tricky, and I think it's due to the lack of the up movement in the ankle articulation. So I do wish that the ankles moved up a little bit more, and as I mentioned, I wish we had gotten a little bit better paint apps for this figure, but other than that, I really do like it, and I've had a lot of fun posing it around, as you'll see just in a second. Hope you guys really liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, click any of the boxes popping up over here for more Shart in your face. If you have not yet hit the subscribe button, do so right over there. And then I have my last two videos popping up for you right over here. If you want to see those last two videos, go ahead and check them out. And I did a poll for this video, so yeah, I asked you guys which one did you want, Miles or Peter first, over at the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So go ahead and follow me on the social media if you have not already. And you can see a photo gallery of images over at marvelousnews.com. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hola, hermano. Hey, nice looking suit, but yours, God damn, hey, nice looking